Hello everyone, my name's Cliff and welcome to my channel. This is Cliff's Dark Gems. Today I'm going to be doing a book tag called the Boot Camp Book Tag. And this was created by Tangible Reads and I was tagged by Bad is Rad. And after the tag I'm going to be doing a lot of shout outs, so stay tuned for that. Okay everyone, this tag consists of 10 prompts and it relates kind of boot camp fitness things, fitness terms, together with books. Now also please excuse the noise, there's a whole lot of children playing next door, which is wonderful, still holiday time, so I'm just going to get on with it. But the first one, prompt number one is dumbbell. And this is the most ridiculous book you have ever read. Now, I've mentioned one of the most ridiculous books I've read, The Lair of the White Worm, in a previous video, which is just a complete mess. But there's another book that I've never mentioned before on my channel, which is also kind of a mess, and that is Inheritance by Owen Brooks. In this particular book, it's very confusing. The characters are confusing, plot lines all over the place. In places it's very, very dull, and it's almost like nothing connects. It's almost like these dream sequences. Yeah, it's a little bit of a mess, and that is Inheritance by Owen Brooks. Ridiculous book. Next up, prompt number 2, Class A, the most graphic book you have ever read. And for me that's Black Farm, and I also spoke about that not even a video or two ago, so I'm not going to talk about that anymore. But this is an extreme novel, lots of warnings, lots of content warnings, and so yeah, be sure that you check those out before you even try read this book. And then we've got prompt number 3. Oh no, that was prompt number 3. Oh, I skipped one, I'm sorry. Prompt number 2 was Hammer. Talk about someone you know in the military. Now, as a South African, I don't really care much for the military here, and I don't really know anyone at this point in the military. It's not the same as over there in the United States or wherever. So I'm going to go back in time a little bit and talk about my granddad, who was a fighter pilot for the RAF in World War II. And he used to love telling us stories about his exploits in North Africa. And yeah, he used to fight for the Royal Air Force, and he used to talk about kind of dogfights and all sorts of things that used to happen there. So that was very, very interesting. Okay, so now we jump to prompt number 4. Is the most challenging book by a BIPOC author? Okay, I had to look that up. The most challenging book, or one of the only books I've read this year, was The Ballad of Black Tom by Victor Lavelle, which was an awesome 4-star read for me, and is a retelling of The Horror at Red Hook by Lovecraft, which is a particularly racist tale. And what this author of colour does is he attempts to flip it over, turn it on its head, by making the protagonist a black man, and obviously does talk about racism, and it is a pretty challenging book, but at the same time it's incredibly entertaining, and I gave it 4 stars. But what I really want to read this year, once I finish my challenge, and what I've heard about on booktube, I've heard this book is absolutely brilliant, and that is The Reformatory by Tananarive Dive, I think. Sorry, my writing, can't read it. I think it's Dive. And I've heard that is a very powerful book, very challenging, kind of a difficult read in places, but it's a book that I would like to get to this year. Right, then we have prompt number 5. Pull Up, biggest book ever read. And I think I mentioned this before. That is Stephen King, It. Now this book has over I think it's almost 1,400 pages. Which makes it an absolute mammoth. Another thing is, this is a wonderful book. And even though it's so long, I didn't find it a waste. I actually really enjoyed it, every moment of it. Some people might say Stephen King drags and it's too slow and it's too wordy, but I absolutely devoured this book for 1,400 pages. Okay, next up, we've got A Low Crawl, shortest book ever read. Now, this was a book I read this year by a fellow booktuber called Rod Gilly, and he wrote 3 short stories in 1 volume called The Hero, The Fear and The Date, and it took me about half an hour to read this book. It's really short. I'm not including short stories on their own, but because this is in 1 volume, I count it as a book. But it's also really good. It gives a bit of a gut punch. Every single story just has this little ending that just kicks you in the guts, and you're thinking, what the hell just happened? So I found it quite a powerful little volume, even though it's very short, and I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. Enjoyed reading it this year. And of course I'll link all these channels below, but yeah, you should check that out on Kindle. I'm not sure if it's still free, but that is The Hero, The Fear and The Date by Rod Gilly. Okay, and then we get number 7, Class 6, A Picture from Your Childhood. Haven't chosen one yet, but you'll see it above me. Whether it's a great picture, whether it's a bit of cringe, I don't know, but yeah, there it is right up there. Okay. Number 8, Revel. I'm not sure what that means, but it is summarize first page from a random book. Okay, so let's choose a random book. I'll just choose Stephen King, Rose Meadow. Okay, so the first page is, so I get to it, Sinister Kisses. So she sits in a corner. Oh, I remember this. Oh, she's sitting in the corner in intense pain. This is quite a powerful beginning to a book. Basically what happens is the husband kicks the frickin' shit out of the wife who's actually pregnant. How's that? And she's sitting gasping for breath. The pain is too great for her to worry about such minor matters. And she was pregnant. This is an absolutely awful ending. I mean, awful beginning, but it's a great book. And the husband is an absolute terrible psychopath. Yeah, so that's all I'm going to say about that. Okay, then it says, number 9, do some squats. Do 20 squats. There are 2 reasons why I'm not going to do that. The first reason, most importantly, is I played rugby till I was in my 30s. I got a lower back injury. Even going out in the garden and picking up heavy things makes my back and it's absolute agony. So squats, that's not going to happen. Also, if you do exercise, it's very important to first of all warm up. Do a couple of jogs, make sure your blood is flowing, and I haven't done that. So to even ask me to do 20 squats right now, that's not going to happen. So you need to be very careful. Look at Bad's video. I'll link her channel because she tagged me. Through most of the video she's jogging. So if you jog, getting the blood circulating, then it's okay to kind of do some exercise. And squats is quite heavy and you need to do it properly. But yeah, my lower back is messed up from rugby, so that's not going to happen. Okay. Then we get to number 10. Tag an unknown booktuber. Now I've decided to tag 2 booktubers. First of all, I found these channels last night, and they both read horror, which is what I was looking for. Sometimes makes it quite difficult when I'm looking for new booktubers, booktube newbie tags, because I'm a horror channel. I want to find horror content. So first of all, I'm going to go with Spooky Little Book Nerd. She's got 75 subscribers, and she's got 3 videos. So she's actually doing quite well, growing quite quickly. Hi, I'm Ashley, and I'm freaking happy you're here. I talk about books a lot. No one in my personal life likes to read, so I wanted to venture out and meet some fellow book nerds. And then she said a little bit more, but at the end she talks about If you love reading, Halloween, scary movies or ghost stories, we should be friends. I really enjoyed her booktube newbie tag. It's so eloquent, so relaxed, so calm. So yeah, go and check her out. Give her a peek, like and subscribe. And the second one, where is it now? Turn it at the end. Is an awesome little channel that's actually growing to over 100 subscribers already, and it's called Cozy Crescent Moon. I love that. And the description says, "Hi, I'm Emma and welcome to my cozy channel." And she's just got this gorgeous background and this way about it. It's very, very cool. Here we play a variety of games and we talk books, horror, thriller and witchy stuff. So she's kind of almost like a little bit of a gaming channel as well, but most of the time I think she talks books. I really hope you enjoy these cozy videos and that they assure you to start either gaming or reading. So yeah, go check out her channel, give her a peek, like and subscribe. And then I'm going to do some more shout outs, because in a previous video at the beginning of the year, I think it was New Year's Day, I did 5 shout outs to 5 of my favorite booktubers that I found in 2023 and kind of buds. And there's a lot of these guys that I found that deserve more recognition and that I think deserve to grow more. And so what I'm going to do, I did 5 then, I'm going to do 5 now, and I think I said I had about 20. So I'm going to do like about 4 episodes of this. So first of all, for this episode, pick your pop culture poison. It's just 2 nerds who are talking pop culture. Books, comics, TVs, movies, video games. Now the thing is, this is a, how do you call it, a faceless channel. So in other words, it's beautiful visuals and so on, but you don't see the creators. And I know people have a problem with that, but I still really think you should check them out. They're quite knowledgeable about what they're talking about, very widely read, and they talk about all sorts of interesting things. So go check them out. Second up, we have another booktube channel, and that is Nick. Now Nick talks about all different kinds of books, including horror. And I love his channel, he's so articulate. Oh, and also he loves his comic books and his comic book collections, and he's passionate about that as well. So yeah, go check him out. That is Nick from another booktube channel. Thirdly, we have the Vintage Viking. I've known this guy for quite a while. Man, he's so cool, and he's got the most awesome collection of vintage horror and science fiction. And if you collect that kind of thing, or you're interested in that, you are going to salivate. You can actually drool at the collection that he has. And this guy often gets in new hauls, but lately he's also been doing a lot more top 10s and other stuff as well. A very, very cool channel. Go check him out. And I know he's growing very well as well. He's got a decent channel now, but yeah, it's a great channel to check out. Next up, we have Alex Unabridged. Alex has a vibrant, colourful channel, and he's always full of energy, and he's passionate about talking books. And his channel is dedicated almost exclusively to books, including horror and science fiction. So yeah, go check out his channel as well. And then finally, we have Bards and Books. If you want to know anything about fantasy or dark fantasy, even science fiction, this is your go-to guy. He's just got such a way about him. Even when he doesn't talk about some horror, although often he'll maybe bring in a Stephen King or something, very rarely. I just enjoy watching his channel because of the way this guy talks. Very intelligent, and he's just passionate about his fantasy and dark fantasy. So yeah, this is part 2 in a 4-part series of a bit of a shout out to my buds out there that I met in 2023. So yeah, that's it. And there'll be more to follow. Okay, so everyone, I hope you're well out there. Take care of yourselves. If you like my channel, give me a thumbs up. Be sure to like and subscribe. And please give me a comment about this video down in the spaces down below. So yeah, take care of yourselves. Keep those pages turning. And cheers.